picked up a grand total of like 9 games for under 40 bucks. Not bad at all. So we're kicking off this week by checking out a pawn shop that I've never been to before. That's on a different side of town. Should be interesting. Matt's here too. So who knows what we're gonna find, but let's head into Four Corners Pawn, see if there's anything good. Yeah, that wasn't good. We figured we'd try to branch out and go to a different pawn shop. Everything in there was individually priced, overpriced severely. Like they had PS4 games for like $20 in there. They were older and definitely not worth it. So clearly they know what they got, nothing worth it. So figured it was worth checking out a new pawn shop just to see if we find something interesting, but not today. So anyway, back to game hunting, probably in the usual places. It's been a week, back on the hunt. Head to La Familia, see if they happen to have anything new. Let's go. I forgot to mention when I was at La Familia, they didn't have anything. I literally just wanted to pop in very quickly and see if they had anything. Of course they didn't, so strike out there, but that's expected. I'm actually at our next location over here, so let's head in, see if we can find anything. It's been a while since I've scored anything from this value pawn, so let's head inside, see what I can find. All right, that was actually a success. They did get a few new games in, and one in particular I decided I had to grab because it was just too good of a deal. There was another one I was on the fence about, not to flip, but to add to the collection. I'll talk about that in a sec, and I might actually go back and get it at some point, but just not today. But I picked up 3 games, paid a grand total of 19 bucks. So how it played out was one was 10, one was 5, and one was 3. So it's really 18 plus tax. So the first game, and this one was the $3 game, is Word Hunters on the PS4. This is another one of the PlayLink games, so it's a game you play with your phone. I have a couple of these already. I figured, you know what, for that cheap, might as well add to the collection. It's not a game you hear about very often, so sure, why not? Plus, I wanted to make a double to make it more enticing for them to try to work me some good prices. I passed on this one the last time I was in. I picked it up this time only because, again, I'm training it towards Elden Ring, which means I get a 30% bonus, which is not bad. So it's not a huge bump in value, but it's a little bit of something, so I figured, why not? Bloodborne on the PS4. I already have this game. It's worth like $5 to trade in, so with the bonus, it'll be worth like $6.50 or something. I wish it had a 50% bonus and be worth more, but I mean, that's okay. Again, I was more so trying to work a bundle because just grabbing one game, it's unlikely that they're going to give me a really good price. So I wanted to try to pick up a couple games. So those two were just kind of extras. This was the main one I was excited about, and it was an absolute slam dunk. Black Ops Cold War on the PS4. I paid $10 for this. It trades in a GameStop baseline for 16. With bonuses, I can get almost 20. So this is basically double up, which is always great. So 3 games, 2 of which I'm going to trade in along with my Minecraft that I picked up a week ago, and 1 I'm going to add to the collection on PS4. So I'm pretty happy overall. I think we did okay. Still got a couple more pawn shops we're going to check out. So let's see if we can find anything there. I did forget to mention that the other game I was looking at was they actually had a sealed copy of Marvel's The Avengers on PS4. And the reason why I was considering it was because obviously I would like to play the Spider-Man content, though I've heard it's not great. So they wanted $5, which is not bad for a sealed copy of Avengers. I passed for now just because I want to make sure I have as much money as possible to hopefully get some scores I can trade in. But I might go back and get it later on just because $5 is a pretty good price, especially for a sealed copy. So if it's still there in a couple days, I might go back and get Marvel's The Avengers on PS4 so I can play Spider-Man. But we'll see. Well, you know, we got to check my favorite pawn shop. So let's head into Cash America, see if we can find anything new. Let's go. Oh yeah, you know, it's a good day. They had a bunch of new stuff in there, including the most interesting thing is they had an OLED Switch that hasn't come out yet, obviously, and a copy of Pokemon Arceus, so clearly someone just bought that and sold it. That was kind of cool. I didn't ask about it. They also had an Xbox 360 Elite, which I do need a new 360, and that's a good version to get. So maybe I'll look into that in the future. Right now, I did pretty well. I scored. Got 6 games for a grand total of $17. Pretty darn good, honestly. 2 PS4 and 4 Xbox 360, one of which I'm pretty sure has some solid value, and it's not one you see very often in physical form, so I figured I'd add it. First game up we have is Terraria on the PS4. This one I got mostly to keep. I've never really played Terraria. I think I have a 360 copy, but I'd rather play it on the PS4, obviously. And this one's in like pristine condition, so figured I might as well grab it and add it to the collection, especially considering how cheap everything was. Again, 17 bucks for all of it, so not bad. Next up, Jedi Fallen Order on the PS4. This is the flipper. This game fluctuates so much in price. Right now it's worth 9 bucks, so definite pickup. So I will trade that in along with my other games that I picked up over at Value Pawn, and we'll have some decent value there. So happy to add that to the pile. And then we got a nice collection of 360 games, because again, they got a nice bundle of new Xbox 360, and those are usually pretty cheap whenever they're in pawn shops, so I try to grab good ones when I can. So first off, we have Lego Indiana Jones on Xbox 360, but this isn't just Lego Indiana Jones. This is the 2-pack that also comes with Kung Fu Panda. 2 games, pretty awesome. Definitely worth picking up for sure, so definitely take that. And the other reason why I wanted to grab that is because I found another one that you'll see in a second that makes it a complete setup. I also found Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga on the Xbox 360. This one actually has some pretty decent trade-in value. I'm not sure if I want to keep it or not. I might trade it in because I do have it digitally, and the Skywalker Saga is coming out, so I don't know if I need a physical copy of The Complete Saga. We'll see how I feel, but I might trade this one in as well. But again, dirt cheap. Definitely paid less than 5 bucks for it. The reason why I picked up Indiana Jones, I also found Lego Indiana Jones 2. So now I have both Lego Indiana Jones games. So that's pretty awesome. Another solid pickup. And this one, I saw it in the case, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, well, I have to get that if it's there and it's complete. And sure enough, it was. We have Jurassic Park, the game, the Telltale series. Now, a lot of people don't know about this one, but in the early days of Telltale, they made this big deal with Universal where they licensed out Back to the Future, which is the one everybody knows, and Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park wasn't as well received as Back to the Future, and it was only out on the Xbox 360 and PS3. It never got ported to anything else. So it wasn't as big of a success as Back to the Future or several of the other Telltale games. So this one's kind of an uncommon Xbox 360 game. I have it digitally on PS4. I think it was a PSN game, PlayStation Plus game. But to have a physical copy on 360 is pretty fantastic. So I'm gladly add that to the collection. Plus, I think it has some decent value. So 6 games, $17. What more can I say? That's just a terrific deal. So I'm going to head over to Value Pawn, see if they've got anything else. I doubt it, but you never know. And then we'll head back and do a little recap. I might actually head to Gamestop because I do have enough stuff now where I think I can make some damage at Gamestop. So I might head to Gamestop before I head home. But let's head over to Value Pawn first, see if we can find anything. Well, we did okay at one Value Pawn, so let's head to another one. See if they've got any new games for decent prices. Let's go. Same games they've had in there for a while, same prices, so pass, but that's okay. I think we still had a pretty successful run. Picked up a grand total of like 9 games for under 40 bucks. Not bad at all. And we got some really good flippers plus some solid additions to the collection. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop at GameStop next because I got some stuff to trade in, and then see what we can grab there and head home. So let's go. All right, last stop is GameStop. We're gonna trade in a bunch of those games that we just picked up. Maybe pick up a new game. Let's go. All right, so very successful. I wanted to put everything into perspective here. So grand total for everything that I spent today I paid a total of $37 plus tax, so about 39-ish grand total if you include tax. I typically don't, just because tax varies from state to state, but I paid $37 without tax for everything. I just went to GameStop. Now, granted, I did trade in a game that I already had for trade-in, but I got $57.20 in trading credit for the games that I traded in. In addition to that, I used that credit to pick up a brand new sealed copy of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Switch. This is a game that I've heard is very good. I've never played it. I thought about trying to track it down for the Wii U, but the Switch copy was actually on sale this week. There's actually a number of Nintendo first-party games that were on sale, so I figured, you know what? I'm going to grab this. I actually price matched it with Walmart. Walmart has the physical copy on sale for $40. GameStop still had it listed at $50, so I got it a little bit cheaper thanks to Walmart and their price matching. But yeah, this I paid $40 in credit for. Plus I had an additional $17 that I put on my pre-order of Elden Ring. And I have a whole stack of games that I'm taking home with me. I paid $37 total for all of this. So again, needless to say, you can game hunt on a budget and come away with a lot of great stuff if you know how to do it and know where to look. So I knew that my regular pawn shops were always the best places to look. And sure enough, 2 of them came through and I got some terrific stuff, including a pretty valuable 360 game, a brand new sealed Switch game, and a bunch of solid additions to my collection. Can't complain. All right, it is time for our end of the week recap. And I gotta say, we had a pretty nice week, especially considering we didn't spend a lot. So I spent a grand total of $37 for everything. Ended up getting a bunch of money put towards my pre-order of Elden Ring. I also picked up a brand new Nintendo Switch game on sale at GameStop, and still came away with a pretty solid stack of games, all for under $40. Can't beat that. So we're gonna start off with our first location we went to, which was Value Pawn. I only kept one game, and yes, I did move it over to a proper PS4 case because I happened to have an extra. So I figured I might as well. We got Word Hunters on the PS4. This is a PlayLink game. So it's a game that you're supposed to play with your phone, and you can play multiplayer, kind of like Jackbox. I don't know much about it, but it was really cheap. I only paid $3 out of pocket for it, and it is worth $15. So it actually has a lot more value than you think it would. Pretty nice. Next, we went to Cash America, and this is where we did really well. I did trade in a couple games of Value Pawn towards stuff at GameStop, but we'll talk about that when we get to GameStop. But I ended up picking a nice stack of games from Cash America, and there's some really solid pickups here. So we're gonna start off with Terraria on the PS4. I have this on the 360. I think I got it for like $1, but I figure I might as well play the better version on PS4. And again, the nice thing was I got a bundle deal for everything that I picked up from Cash America. So I think I paid like $15 out of pocket, so everything came to about $267 a game. So I paid $267 for a PS4 copy of Terraria, and it's like minty mint. Looks basically brand new. And this game is worth $11, so another solid bump up in value. Next up, we go to 360ville, and they did have a decent selection of new 360 games that were added to the available games, and one in particular is a gem. We're going to start off with Indiana Jones on the Xbox 360, Lego Indiana Jones. But this isn't just Lego Indiana Jones. It's also Kung Fu Panda, because this is the double pack. It is complete. Comes with both the manuals, both the discs. Everything is in great shape. I paid $267 for this, and it is worth $6. So it's not worth a ton, but for 2 pretty solid Xbox 360 games, I figured, why not? Why not? To go with that, we have Lego Indiana Jones 2 on the Xbox 360. Again, I saw this along with that one, and I'm like, you know what? Might as well grab it. They actually had a lot of Lego games. I guess somebody traded in their Lego game collection on 360. I snagged another one, but again, I added it to the trade pile. This one I wanted to keep because I got the first one, so I might as well have the second one. Paid $267, and it is worth $11. So this one actually has some decent value. Here's the GOAT of the entire lot. And I saw this in the glass case as soon as I walked in. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, that one is coming home with me, because I knew it was worth something. And it is worth a lot, actually. We have Jurassic Park the game on the Xbox 360. This is a Telltale game, one of the earlier Telltale games. Didn't get ported to a lot of systems. It's only available on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I don't know if it's backwards compatible in that. I haven't looked yet, but I will. This is a highly desired game and didn't get a lot of exposure. I paid $267 for this, and it is worth $31. So this is already one of my most expensive 360 games. And I knew it was because I knew it was an uncommon game. So be on the lookout for this one if you've not found it yet. Jurassic Park, the game. Apparently it's fairly uncommon, but it's also worth a good amount of money. All right, so now we're gonna go to GameStop. And I traded in a nice handful of games. Grand total for all the stuff that I traded in, I spent $30.34, and that's including the copy of Minecraft for the Switch that I picked up a couple weeks ago. So grand total, I spent 30 bucks. I spent about 20 if you don't include Minecraft. And I got $57.20 in credit. So I basically doubled my money. Little under, but pretty much doubled my money. So what did I get with all that credit? Well, Walmart and several other stores were doing a nice sale on first-party Nintendo games. And there's one in particular that I was interested in picking up, and I figured, you know what, I'll do it. So I walked in there, price matched it with Walmart, and scored Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Switch for $40. But it was even better because it was $40 in credit. So all the games that we picked up this week are worth less than what I would have paid for this. That's amazing. I mean, this game was selling for 40 bucks. I paid less than that and got all of these other ones plus this. And I put some money down on my pre-ordered Elden Ring. So paid $30 or $40 in credit for this. It is worth $45. So this one actually is worth more than even I paid for it on sale. So there you go. Not a huge week, but an impactful one. We picked up some killer deals. Jurassic Park was a huge home run. We found some really good games that we could trade in for really good prices. You can't go wrong. Even though we're kind of in the slow season when it comes to pawn shops, still finding deals. So that's why you got to be diligent and keep checking back at your local stores, because you never know, you might come across something great like I did. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop. I'm trying to drop new videos 3 days a week on this channel, although it might be a little delayed here and there. My main channel, I have to get videos pumped out every week just because I'm really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers. Not so much on this one, although if you want to help, please hit the subscribe button because I would love to hit 1,000 on this one too. That would be great. But yeah, we're working on it. We're doing well. We got tons of great content. Started a gameplay series for both Time Splitters Feature Perfect and Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. So if you want to check out some interesting games, one old, one bizarre, check those out. They're pretty awesome. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.